Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. We had an incredible crosstalk meeting last night. It was so much fun. There's so many people there, just talking back and forth, talking shit, man, and talking serious shit too, but just having fun. And I just want to thank everybody who came out. We had some folks come in from out of town. They got to experience their first crosstalk meeting. We had some folks pick up their milestone chips. I love the crosstalk meetings. If you've never been to one and you're local to the Huntington, West Virginia area, even within driving distance, come on down and hang out with us every Friday night, 5747 East Pea Ridge Road in Huntington at 7 o'clock. Encourage you to come down. It's unlike any meeting you've ever been to. So many topics, too. One of the topics that came in last night that we did not get to was learning how to apply the cliches in our lives. And AA, all these recovery rooms, they have no shortage of cliches by any means. I like to think of the cliches as very simple reminders. Subtle, simple, but powerful reminders. And I remember when I came into the rooms, I would try to, I'd hear these little one-liners, these little catchy one-liners, one or two-liners, and I would try to jot them down because I was kind of creating a Rolodex. Yes, a Rolodex, not on my phone, but an actual thing of note cards with numbers back in the day. I just totally dated myself. I would create a Rolodex of these one-liners, a mental Rolodex, if you will. And whenever I'd face a certain situation, I would try to recall that, use that mental Rolodex of all these little one-liners. My alcoholic brain, I have the ability to overthink the shit out of things, to complicate the simplest thing, right? Talk about turning mountains out of molehills. One of my favorite lines from the movie Gettysburg is, and we have the ability to complicate the obvious and trivialize the momentous. And I tell you what, if that's not my alcoholic thinking, I don't know what is. So what I try to do is I try to pick up all these one-liners, these little catchy, snazzy sayings, and kind of make a mental bookmark of them in my head, because there may come a time I need to hear that, right? And there may come a time I need to apply that. And that was the question, how do we apply that? First of all, there's so many cliches. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Old ways won't open new doors. The good news about recovery is you get your emotions back. The bad news about recovery is you get your emotions back. The good news about recovery is you get a whole new set of friends. The bad news is you're looking at them. Time takes time. Life on life's terms. You can't get drunk if you don't take your first drink. I could go on. There's so many these little catchy sayings, these little cliches. For me, I will try to use that again as a Rolodex when I'll be faced with a certain situation. Maybe, great example, maybe I'm having a stressful day and I just need to take the edge off, as I used to say. Well, the old me, shit, I would have went right back out and drank. And I remember early on in sobriety, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I wanted to stop being a drunk because I had a problem drinking. But if I don't change something, then I'm going to keep being a drunk. And I can't get drunk if I don't take that first drink. And so I'll recall, I'll be in a situation, I'll be like, okay, man, I sure would like to have a drink. And I go, oh no, because then I'm not changing my old behaviors. Nothing changes. And if I know what happens if I do take that first drink, I'll get drunk. You can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink. I would listen to these little one-liners, these catchy little sayings. And I go, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Of course you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink. See, the problem was I'd always forget them. I'd always forget that I couldn't get drunk if I didn't take that first drink. Because I'd take that first drink and then I'd get drunk. Then I'd be like, well, how did I get drunk? Well, because I took the first fucking drink. I use these little one-liners, these little cliches. I keep them in the back of my head. I try to collect them as much as I can. I hear somebody, I'll be in a room, in a meeting, traditional meeting, crosstalk meeting, whatever, and I'll just make notes. I always try to keep it in the back of my head. And use it as a Rolodex, because there may come a time when I need to apply. We've heard time takes time, and I talked about this the other day. When we're trying to repair the damage from our past, well, that takes time, and time takes time to rebuild that trust and rebuild that credibility. One of the greatest ones I can recall personally hearing was, if I just do what's possible, God will do the impossible. And man, that one stuck with me. I still clearly remember where I was at. It was on a Thursday night. I was down on Jefferson Avenue in Huntington. And I heard that and I wrote it down. I was like, that's good shit. That saying alone, if I just do what's possible, God will do the impossible. I would always forget that saying alone requires, there's a implied acceptance, an implied responsibility that I have something to do. right? So if I just do what's possible, God will do the impossible. Don't be surprised, whenever I pray for God to move mountains, don't be surprised when God hands me a shovel. Those two sayings alone, there's an implication that I have a part to play. There is an implication there that I have work to do. And so I might be in a situation where I go, God, life on life's terms, I don't know what to do here. But then I have to stop and I have to ask myself, what is it I can do? What is it I'm supposed to be doing? And I remember just a situation back in January this year, late December, January this year. I thought I'd done all that I could do. And I finally just prayed, I said, God, if I'm supposed to do something, I need you to show me what it is I need to be doing, because I had that in the back of my mind. Whenever I'm praying God to move mountains, which I was, don't be surprised when he hands me a shovel. And if I just do what's possible, God will do the impossible. Again, there's an implied implied effort on my part that I need to take to help God move those mountains and do his impossible, work his impossible. It's hard to be hateful when you're grateful. That's one of my favorite ones. When the road in front of you looks impossible, maybe you're facing the wrong direction. I love that one too. So I want to encourage you to get in the rooms. You're not going to hear these cliches unless you get in the rooms. And when you hear them, write them down. I still got notebooks. I still got digital notes of my early recovery where I would be in a room and I would just be writing these things down as I'd hear them, because I wanted to bookmark them, because I knew someday I was going to be in a situation where I might need to remember that. I might need to call up that Rolodex, and nothing changes if nothing changes. Or old ways won't open new doors. So it can take me back to that moment whenever I first heard it, so I can remember the story that was being told, the experience that was being shared, and the inspiration that it was given to me at a badly needed time. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober. Man, I could not be more appreciative. If you have a topic you'd like to hear discussed on these monologues, feel free to drop it in an email to me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. And again, our crosstalk meetings every Friday night, 7 o'clock, 5747 East Pea Ridge Road in Huntington. And of course, Bill, he started up that Tuesday night meeting to cover that Tuesday night date for the week. His is at 630 8th Avenue in Huntington at 7 o'clock. So again, thank you guys for letting me come in. We'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.